Hello. The aim of this recording is to explain details of Data Log Defect. Let's open the Data Log Defects work order page. As you know, here is the list view, and they are a kind of data set. And I will explain all of these details in the record view page. But there are some predefined filtering options. You can use these to filter aircraft by aircraft since it's a test of a platform. We don't have any record for Juliet aircraft yet, and here, yes, for the Bravo we have some data. And you can use these filtering options and get the details of the data from here. But there is an issue that you need to know here. Because of a reason I will explain in the further parts of this video, we cannot keep here the action taken discrepancy. So actually I don't think that you will use that list generally. You will possibly use another list that we prepared, and I will explain in the further part of this video. And let's go to the record view. And at that record view, let me explain you how to insert a data log defect. Here is the I press the insert button, and here, as you know, we have to fill. It's same with the all others actually. We have to fill DSR, data log number, and release information. Despite other pre-flight daily check and servicing work orders, we have to write here more two fields which are the reported by information. I will go through all of them one by one. Here is the DSR number. You all know how to open a DSR. For this purpose you have to watch our DSR video again. And also, as you can see, we have a double click at the DSR field. You have to check from here for the related ground period, are there any DSRs existing or not. For example, let's open Golf. If you cannot find related DSR here, you can also open a new DSR from here for suspect ground time by clicking a new record. I'm not doing this now. I will directly select the DSR. Yes, and afterwards I have to click, sorry, I made double click because of that the record opens the record view directly. I'm double clicking again, as you see. In this case I didn't transfer it to the data log defect page. I have to press return value to return this DSR number to the data log defect. Now I press return value. As you can see, the number transferred here. Here the data log number. I am writing the data log number, and here reported by. When I press here, there's two options. One of them is pilot, one of them is technician. If you select technician, you have to fill that area also, which is the technician name field. Select the technician who opens the defect. But if you in case you select from here pilot, you don't need to fill in any areas. It's free. We will collect these information at the engineering department. And as you can see, there are some gray areas that are not filled now. Here is the ID number of the data log defect. After we save, program will give an ID number to this record and save it. So until that time it's empty like this. And here this tree area, station, beginning of ground time, end of ground time, will also be filled after you save the record. And as you know, these data are the data belongs to DSR, which station and beginning and end of ground time information are located existing in the DSR records. And as you can see, our releaser and maintenance organization information are fields in accordance with our user name. For example, I am connected with ADLaware user, and here ADLaware is filled at the releaser part, and organization is filled by a calendar file. So it's release date. So I filled these 4 areas. Technician, let me write here technician, and write there ATRP. So I filled DSR, data log number, reported by, and technician name, and afterwards fill the release date only. Let me fill a release date, and I have to save now to fill these gray areas. Yes, program is blocking me about the beginning and end of ground time information. It should be between 11th of November 2014, between 12:55 and 1:30. So we can write 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Let's make it 1 p.m. Afterwards click here. Let's save it. Yes, when we save, as you can see, the other gray areas are filled and the data log ID number was came. So by this way, actually we created the data log defect. There are only 5 fields to fill and press the save button, that's all. But as you know, discrepancy action taken information what you write in the hard copy sheet are missing. So we have to fill this information from here. Let's open there. And we have to fill that information here. Now I'm filling it. Yes. Here. As you can see, there are 2 discrepancy action taken area, large fields. Actually, because of that, we demand that this part is need to be high capacity, and also there is big relation, like so many manual references here, one-to-end relation. So we have to make this page as custom page. As you know, this is a PEC program, but ability of this PEC program is not enough to get data for this kind of data. And because of that, our developers generate a new tab for this area. And since this is a custom tab, I said this is a custom tab. This is not a page of the original PEC program. Since this is a custom tab, we have a save button at the bottom. So we cannot use this save button, as you know, it's already blocked. For this page, please take care of saving before leaving discrepancy action taken tab. It may be problematic if you forget it, because in that case the records that you entered will not be saved. And after for the discrepancy action taken area, please write exactly what you write on the data log hard copy sheet which is existing in the aircraft. And you have to write exactly what you write, but at the last of your statement about the action taken area, at the last of your statement you are generally written in accordance with blah blah blah. I mean some references like AMM, FIM. You just don't need to write the references here by your hand. You have to give the references at the part described in the bottom. Here, let's, as you can see, I enter AMM reference. All these 88 digit chapters must be inserted. If you didn't fill any of them, you cannot save the records. You have to fill all of them, and you have to write it also into the hard copy logbook. And here is the manual remarks section. In this manual remarks section, you have to write the revision number. It's a free text area. You have to write the revision number by your hand. And also, in case it requires, you can write here the page number. It depends on you to write the page number or not. It will necessary for some actions. I guess you know which actions are there. So after you fill this, now you have enough rights to save. But what if we have more than one reference? At that time we can press here add new button. Another line is opened and you can select any of the item from here. Like let's say referee. As you know, FIM references are different. They don't have 3 digits, 88 chapter. They have only 2. Let's fill that. And after that, add new. As you can see, we have all other things. As you can see, we have CDL reference also. For any hold item, etc., you have to, or CDL hold, you have to write it. We will discuss all of these in our hold item video. And also you see here is mail item in case you need. Yes. And also we have all other required manual references. And we have another section for the others. In case you don't have any references, like if you perform a work order, now you are writing there that please perform this work order dot is performed, and you are noting it into the data log. Since you note it into data log, you have to enter this data also here. For this purpose, you have to write here the data log references, and after that come here as data log reference and fill only the others and writing here data log, not data log, sorry, and writing here work order reference only. Actually, this situation will change when we put our maintenance engineering work orders into that system. We are planning to start that also around February. After we start it, there will be another tab for CRS issues. You will again come here and issue the data log defect and issue the CRS also from here. And you don't need to use the discrepancy action taken tab at that time. But until that time, you have to fill, because of that, you have to fill only at least one reference. You should write here, let's make it like this. You have to write a reference like this here and fill this discrepancy action taken area. Because of that, you have to fill at least one reference and discrepancy action taken information. And finally, you can save this data anytime you want. And here is the part information. If you replaced any part, you should press add new button and write here the part number, position, serial number information. Yes, like this. And afterwards you can again save. But this part number information is used just to keep the records here for a while. Sooner, in a couple of weeks, maybe in February again, in 2 months, we will start to use our component structure also. It's under development now. After we start that, we will make all the component chains in another tab here. So we don't need to make an entry to here. This part will be removed afterwards. But until that time, we can continue to keep our records here like an Excel table. Actually, it's like an Excel table. Anyway, these are all about the discrepancy action taken tab. You know, for all work orders, we have these 3 tabs: performer, comments, and documents tabs. Please watch our related video to learn how to use these. And these are all. But as you may remember, I just said you that this discrepancy action taken tab is a custom tab. Because of that, there is a save button at the bottom. Not use this. Since this is a custom tab, let's go to the list view. We cannot show this discrepancy action taken information here, but we made another solution here. Here is that solution. You should come to the split view or record view, wherever you want, and after that come to the discrepancy action taken list view. At there, you have all information to check the discrepancy action taken information of any record. For example, registration, status of that suspect report, data log no, release date, releaser, inspector, they are all in order here. But as you know, when we are at the split view, go to the record view. When we select an item from there, the record view area, as you can see, changing automatically when I click on any record from the left hand side list view. And also I can show you like this. You can see when I click a record view area is changing. But for the discrepancy action taken, this link cannot be made. Here we have a list. Let's open record view. If you want to open the other details of this record, then you have to find the record and open from there, or make a double click to the data log defect to open it with a hyperlink. Now suspect report record will be opened in a hyperlinks window. Yes, here it is opened. And that's all for the data log defect. This should be the list view that you will use frequently, and also you can see that there are filtering options again, the same like the other list view, just as a limited data for discrepancy action taken. I guess this will be enough for you. And also, as you know, we insert some references and the discrepancy part change information at the discrepancy action taken tab. As you can see, these are listed here like an Excel. In case you need, you can use this listing. Okay, these are all for the data log defect. I hope everything is clear for you. But I just want to mention one final thing I forgot to explain when I'm entering a data. Here there's a real defect checkbox. This checkbox is related with the engineering department. You don't have anything to do this. We are using this at the reliability reports. And here there's a checkbox. Means out of beginning and end of ground time. Let's see what this checkbox use. Let's try to save this data. Program is giving me an error that release date must be between beginning of ground time and end of ground time. So now I'm checking here. The aircraft arrival is 3rd of November 22:30, and the end of ground time, actually takeoff departure, will be 4th of November 7:45. When I check that, my release date is not correct. If I am really sure, in that case, what should I do? I have to check the DSR if it's correct or not. I have to check the release date if it's really correct. And if I think that my release date is correct and the DSR that I selected, actually the flight that I selected in the DSR is also correct, and there is an error at the beginning of ground time and end of ground time information existing here, at that time you can continue your recording by clicking this checkbox. At that time, program will not block you. You can save your data. This is the issue actually about this checkbox. So I guess we complete all of our issues for the data log defect. I hope it's clear enough for you. Thank you for listening.